Going to go through closest numbers, which is a problem under sorting section of algorithm on Hackerrank. So without wasting time, let us have a look on the problem statement. So what we are supposed to do is that we receive an input, which is an array. We sort the array, so this is a sort version of this array, and then we are supposed to find out what is the minimum absolute difference. That means, okay, if I'm taking element 1 minus element 2, it will return me 1. That is the difference. Since it is 1, do we have element with an absolute difference less than 1? If we have, okay, what are the elements resulting into that minimum difference? So that is basically our goal here. Now, given that we are aware of what we are supposed to do, it would be nice to go through some example, right, for us to really understand what we are supposed to perform. So let us take this one for instance. We have an array consisting of 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, if we sort this array, it will result into 2, 3, 4, and 5, exactly the opposite. The absolute difference between 3 and 2 is actually 1. The absolute difference between 4 and 3 is actually 1, and this one is also 1. So that's why you have 2 and 3, which is the first pair returning the absolute different 1. We have now 3 and 4, the second pair, and we have 4 and 5, the last pair. So basically that is our goal here. So how are we going to organize ourselves to achieve this? The first thing we are going to do is to sort the array. So we are going to start by sorting the entry array. After sorting the entry array, we are going to initialize a variable to int max. Why are we doing that? Because we want to have a variable that will store the difference, and then we are taking the maximum value possible, because we want to change the value each time we are going to see something smaller than the previous possible difference, right? So it's important to take it the max value possible. So once you are going to find something, eventually it will be smaller, you will erase it, and while moving, if you find something smaller, you will erase it. Now the third thing we are going to do is initialize an empty list to store the pair. So we need to keep track of the pair, and this will even be our result array. And then from this, we are going to loop through our sort array. We have the sort array here, so we're going to loop through the sort array. After looping through the sort array, inside the loop of the sort array, we're going to check if the difference is actually smaller than the current minimum, then we are going with a new set. So we are going to update the minimum, and we are going to initiate the list of the closest list with the 2 adjacent elements. You will see in the implementation what it look like. And then if the difference is actually equal to the minimum, we just add that pair to our list of closest pair, and then we return the closest pair as the result. So this is the implementation. So we start by sorting the array, exactly what has been said here. We sort the array, then we move to initiate the variable to int max. So we have an int that will initiate to int max to store the minimum difference. We initiate an empty list. Here we are making use of vector for that. Now we need to iterate through the array size, so that is what we are doing here. And then in the for loop, the first thing we need to do, we need to compute if the difference is actually less than the diff. Then what we are going to do is that we're going to erase the previous diff, and then we are going to initiate the array result with the pair, like the adjacent pair, right? And then the second thing is if it is equal, that is here, if it is equal, no need to initiate, you just need to append, you need to insert those 2 elements into the result array, and at the end you just need to return the result array. So this was my approach of solving this. I hope you do enjoy it. Let us go and see what it gives. You have a congratulations. Let us submit. Nice, everything is going. So this one my approach of solving this. I hope you do enjoy it. Feel free to leave me a message in the comment section. I'll be really happy to interact with you regarding this. See you on the next video. Ciao.